Look who the Allegheny Journal has found. All of us over the years have had our ups and downs, and this guy on our left, we've known him for 30 years, and he's been in business in Lexington and in Covington, and not too long ago brought it here to Clifton Forge. So everybody in the region knows Butch Reid, and he joins us today to talk about his candidacy for the Clifton Forge Town Council. And you know, Butch, I have to admit, somehow I just didn't think of you as being a town councilman. But I think it fits in, and you've really shown a lot of interest in the community. So where did all this come from?
Jerry, I moved to Clifton Forge 35 years ago and bought a house in Allegheny Street. I paid $27,000 for it. I had to put $10,000 escrow account to get the rest of the loan in the bank. The first 15 years I had this house, I mean, if you put $20,000 in your house, you may get back 10. But over the last 15 years or so, you can put in $30,000, maybe get back $40,000. You know, that's how much it's come. And I've seen, I've been in the good and the bad, and you can test this too. You were here at the same time, and I think we're at the point. I don't want to see Clifton Forge go backwards. I've invested. I own my house, the house next door. I'm looking at buying 2 other houses. I own a building downtown. So it's a selfish reason. I want to see Clifton Forge thrive and grow and protect my property things. I think everybody sees that,
And so in the region, being an antique dealer, you would think, okay, you're going to come to Western Virginia, and I'll stop at one of these places. And unbelievably, there's quite a bit of competition in that. So you're no stranger to competition for either business or ideas.
Jerry, I've had so many businesses, which you're aware of a lot of them. I can't count them all. I've made a lot of mistakes through the years. I think I've developed a little bit of wisdom through the years, and I think I can bring that wisdom to the town council, and maybe help us go forward and go keep going the way we're going, because we are at a tipping thing. And everybody thinks all these thriving. We have a thriving business community downtown. But you think everybody's beating down their doors to give them money. That's not true. We'll have to support them any way we can, and I'm in the trenches as downtown, being a business owner, and I have a pawn shop, so I see the upper end of this town and the lower end of this town, and I know what people are going through and what they're feeling, and so therefore that's why I'm running for town council.
And Butch, among those items that confront the public, of which there are many, I mean, there's regional cooperation, the whole gamut of things. Is there one single item that's most motivated you to run for council?
Jerry, we have a divide here, unfortunately. We have the newbies, the people who just moved here, and we got what I call the townies. People have been here forever. And the newbies have done so much to this community, and so much for Clifton Forge, it's unreal. But with the fiasco with Darlene and the Army and stuff like that, I see a divide. You got 2 people running against the other person. I'm the other candidate, which I think I can bring them together. I can work with Jeff. I can work with Dave. If Shorty gets elected, I've known Shorty for 30 years. I know I can work with Pam. I talk to her often. Bob Umstead walks by my shop every day. We have great conversations about what Clifton needs to do and where it needs to go. So I think I'm the candidate that can bring us back together. I have no agenda. I've spent $300 on my campaign. I've had $160 of unsolicited contributions, and the other candidates spend a lot of money. So I'm just running on my reputation. Everybody knows me. They know the good, and unfortunately they know the bad. And and the one thing we got to do, we got to get the word out here. We got to think outside the box. One thing we do, it might sound foolish, might sound like a fantasy, but put a train right in the middle of the road out here. You got the railroad Heritage Center. They could do it. You got engines sitting there ready for the scrap pile. Get one of those, paint it, put it right up here, up above Jerry's place. Put a sign, welcome to Clifton Forge. On the other end of the town, put a caboose. Eventually, put a baggage car somewhere right downtown, put a dining car. And it sounds far-fetched, but it can be done. And that would people get off the interstate to see Clifton, And we have all this, we have so much to offer. We got to get the word out there. We have a low cost housing, low everything, utilities. The only problem we have is the water deal, but everybody else is catching up with us. And so therefore, you know, we need to get the word. We have the best water in the world, you know, so we need to get that word out there. And you can't live anywhere cheap in the country. We have all these beautiful houses that need some work. And if, you know, if we get the word out there, we have people come here, rehab the houses, get in the tax base, spend their money downtown, relatives come visit, so it's a cascading thing, you know.
You know, Butch, you made a very good point that many people not currently living here may be surprised, but the housing stock is limited, but still has tremendous potential. And the real estate pricing around here, it would shock many people who either aren't from here or have left and may want to come back.
Jerry, when I was in Lexington, I had the Antique Mall in Lexington. You know, you read all the magazines, and the best place to retire on the eastern seaboard, even in the country, was Lexington. So I had people came to the Antique Mall, and they'd be like two teachers, you know, having a nice retirement, not a great retirement. And they would, you know, one of those, like, but they got disheartened because of the prices over there. I mean, you take my house, you know, it's going to be $1 million in Lexington. Here, I'm not going to tell what it's worth, but it's not worth $1 million. And I actually sent two couples over here. I said, try, you know, Clifton Forge. You're 30 miles from Lexington, so you got all the things of Lexington. You're also close to Roanoke. I said, try Clifton Forge, and two of them actually bought houses here. You know, because of that, you know, just have to get the word out, you know. And it's a wonderful place. You know, I love Clifton, you know, such as you do, and we just have to get that word out there. And we got to start thinking outside the box, you know, do stuff, you know. And we need energy, which I think I can bring, and, you know, and we need new ideals, you know. And I think everybody's on the right page on the same thing. We just have to, you know, become more energetic, you know.
How about some thoughts about the future, Butch? There's been a recent trend for area governments, amazingly enough, to get along together. We've got some requirements in the Commerce Park to develop some pad-ready sites. It looks like area governments are talking amongst each other better. Looks like there's some cooperation, not just on economic development, but other areas. What do you see as the future for area governmental cooperation?
You know, Clifton's always cooperated. Clifton Forge had the foresight in the early 80s to give up the school system, you know, which, you know, if they didn't do that, we'd be in bankruptcy. They also had the foresight to give up their city charter. And I think cooperation between you know, the county and the city is there. I think you have a new direction from Covenant, especially, you know. And you know, as far as like industrial stuff like that, we got it right there, Daleville. Daleville's already put like what 2,200 jobs over there. Yeah. It's a rumor they're going to have Amazon's going to put a warehouse there. You're 32 miles away from here. Easy commute. It's going to be easier as soon as they complete the highway. You know, and people can live here cheaper and have a good quality of life. And that's, you know, I think it's been some movement to try to get in that development over in Greenfield, which is the Daleville, you know. And I think that's the best asset we got going, you know. But I think, you know, cooperation between the three communities, because we all have the same problems. I mean, somebody in Callahan's got the same problems, somebody in Sharon. I mean, we're not that diversified, you know, that big, so.
Well, we know you've got a busy schedule. This is one of the 4 candidates for 2 spots on the Clifton Forge Town Council on November 3rd. And we sincerely appreciate you taking the time to join us today.
Can I say one thing, Jerry?
Sure.
I'd like to thank Jerry for what he's done. I mean, this is absolutely wonderful. I've never been to a green screen, but I mean, this is like I feel like on CNN or for the rest of you, Fox News, you know. But he's done a great job.
JournalTV.
And Jerry, I tell you, if I do get elected, I will be bending your ear a lot because you have a pulse on what's going on in this community, and you always had a lot of good ideals. You're smart, and I will be, you know, be bending your ear a lot. So I like for everybody to vote for him if you see fit to. If you don't, I still love you.
Well, everybody knows this guy, and it's one of your choices on November 3rd. Thanks, Butch.
All right. Thank you now.